Hello my beautiful Hammerhead and welcome back to another video. So today we got another interesting article, rather two interesting articles by the Warhammer community team. So let's just look at them. The first one is the Warhammer Studio interview redesigning the core rules of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So the other one is the Metawatch article, which we will come to in a moment. Both of them are really interesting. So again, the short story review will have to wait for another day. I am so sorry about that. So this article is really nice because not only do we get to read a little bit from Matt Rose, you can read here, Age of Sigmar lead rules writer. Phil Kelly is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar creative lead. And we have Ben Johnson, the Age of Sigmar product developer. All three of them, great people, amazing rules writers, story writers. Can't say enough positive things about them. So what they talk about in this article is really interesting and useful. Also, again, in the Metawatch article, we get spicy and exciting things for the future. So in this article, they talk a little bit about how they did the rework of the rules. Like in first edition, when it was just a couple of pages, they went back to that. Not the rules of first edition, but to compress everything to just a couple of pages, which is really nice, which is something that it's just good game design, because you want your games. That is one of the reasons, I'm sorry that I'm all over the place. One-page rules is one of the best examples for that. You want your core rules to fit on a single page, or at least to a minimum amount of pages as possible. So you get to see, okay, this is that, and so on. And you can then tag on the advanced rules. So like here now, the modules. And of course, we get a little bit other stuff. As far as the core rules are a little bit more simple. They changed a little bit here and there. The game is still complex. We have already seen that in a couple of the faction focuses. Like Disciples of Tzeentch is a really good example here. Lumineth Realm Lords is another example that's being mentioned in the article here. But what is really, really interesting is the turn phases. This is something that I really enjoy how they did it, because not only do we have the start of the turn, then all of the phases, it's the reactability of your opponent. Because a thing that we all have to do now, it's not only what is the neutral version of gentleman's agreement? I don't know. I need a little bit of help there. If you know it, please let me know in the comments. I don't know what the neutral version of gentleman's agreement is. But yeah, doesn't matter. The active player, hero phase, all of the abilities. So if it's your turn, you do your hero phase abilities, you're done. Then you ask me, do you have any hero phase abilities? And I say, yes, I do. I do have abilities. I do my abilities. Then it's your movement phase. Then you do your movement shenanigans. Then you ask, do you have movement shenanigans? And I say, yes, I do have movement shenanigans, and so on. This is something that I really, really enjoy. It makes for a back and forth between the two players, or 4 players, or 3 players, doesn't really matter. And yeah, this is again something that I really enjoy. Then the War Scrolls, of course, they talk a little bit about that, but we already talked about a lot of them. What is really useful here is not only the rules, again, are a little bit simpler, like with here, charge is +1 to damage. There is nothing to talk about this one. It just does what it says. What is really important is passive abilities are stackable, but the same passive ability is not. What do I mean with that? Let's just say you have a unit that has on the melee weapon anti-hero +1 to rend. That's fine. Okay, then you have, I don't know, charge +1 to rend. That makes you +2 to rend. Okay, we have that. Only on a hero, by the way. So if you have now, again, your anti-hero +1 to rend, and then you have a spellcaster, does a buff with anti-hero +1 to rend, does not stack. You only get that one. But if you have now anti-hero +2 to rend on a spell, the second passive ability is the one that counts. Really, really important thing here. There were probably a lot of questions about that. Also, one of the things that was really obnoxious is the wrong word. It wasn't that bad. It kind of was a little bit, it got a little bit on my nerves, is champions on many war scrolls were the same, on some a little bit different, musicians and banner bearers the same, many of them were similar, other ones, a few exceptions were like, yeah, but this musician does this as a plus, but this musician does this as a plus. Now everyone has the same. Champions will probably get you +1 to attack. Musicians will get you probably +1 to rally abilities. And the standard bearer probably will get you +1 to your control score. Not the control characteristic, but your whole control thingy. Probably. And this is also seen in the keywords. So really, really nice and also really enjoyable. Another thing is there are no universal enchantments, no universal abilities that you can pick and choose from. Also really nice. But okay, let's just go to the Metawatch article, because this one is what is so enjoyable and again makes Age of Sigmar a little bit better than 40k. As much as I love 40k, there are so many problems with it, because this is just a theory of mine, is that Games Workshop does not want to rustle too many feathers of the hardcore veteran 40k fanboys, because things are changing and the majority of 40k players don't like change. It's a sad but true story here. So, what does this mean? This sounds more negative than it's supposed to be. I am so sorry. Again, I love 40k, but Age of Sigmar is, for me personally, just better. And this is the one thing, again, that makes it better for me. For the documents, you get one document that has the unit points, the regiment options, the designer's commentary, the FAQ and erratas, all in multiple languages. And it is beautiful. And something that is also not that great in 40k right now is the core rules. They are downloadable. That is amazing. But so many things already changed that you are basically just printing out another FAQ that is the same page numerical as, yeah, well, the core rules, which is not great. With Age of Sigmar, they're going to do, oh yeah, we're just updating this document. You just have to look at the date. Is it the new one? If yes, print it out or do whatever. And you have everything in one spot. Beautiful. It is so beautiful. I can't say how much I love this. So then we have our quarterly updates. This is something we already know, and I'm not the biggest fan of the quarterly updates. For me, an update should come when an update is necessary. We had a couple of examples, like with the leaks of Wotan and with the indexes of 40k, which was really nice that those got updated as fast as it was seen as a problem. Beautiful, 10 out of 10, please more of those. But here we're going to do the spring and autumn updates, are the interim updates, where it's just going to be like here, the addressing problematic interactions, points of confusion, and so on. And the summer and winter updates will be more substantial. This is where you can expect wider ranging updates to help smooth out internal balance or the inclusion of universal options in lists. All of the changes will be contained within one battle profile document and will be summarized at the top. Again, beautiful. This is so good. I forgot how Jim Carrey does it in Bruce Almighty, which is a little bit embarrassing because Beard Almighty, the name, does, of course, is inspired by that. I think it was Beautiful or something like that. I don't know. I'm all out of it. I'm just so happy. You can't imagine how happy this whole article makes me right now. And of course, there were a lot of things about external balancing, internal balancing of the armies, which is also really, really nice. So, yeah, this is a rather short video, so I'm going to keep it short. Thank you so much for that. We're going to look at the rules. Maybe I really expected them to be out Monday this week. We didn't get them. That's a little bit sad. Hopefully next Monday or hopefully tomorrow, so we can look at the core rules and talk about them in our Friday stream, because tomorrow I should have time for a Friday stream, which would be fantastic. Otherwise, we're just gonna play Space Marine, the last chapter, and end it there. So, yeah, that was basically it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really, really enjoy those two articles again. It makes me so happy. I don't know why. It's just so good to see Matt Rose, Ben Johnson, and Phil Kelly talk about the rules and the lore. You can see the love they're pouring into everything, and it's just so contagious. It's contagious like the bite of a rat. I don't know, that didn't make sense. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. I forgot my outro. But if you're down there, please remember to do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is not only fun. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more wargaming almost every day. And by that, I of course mean like and subscribe. And if you want, you can support me with the links in the description box down below. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, bye, bye.